Hello everyone and welcome back to Shay's Bills podcast. If you don't know who I am, hello, my name's Sheilann, I'm the host. Welcome back. It's been a while since the last podcast recording. I did announce that I am bringing back the second season of Behind the Streams and it's coming very soon. I could take a little bit more longer than I expected, I'll be honest with you. I had sent a good amount of emails out to streamers and content creators, but some of them have not replied, so I think that's a no from them, unfortunately. But look, it's okay, that's fine. I'm going to keep finding more people and see what I can do and grind on that. But today's episode is a little bit different. I asked on Twitter, what should I record? Because I was in a mood today. I was like, okay, I'm going to record today. Let's do something. So someone suggested that I should do growth and networking for streaming on Twitch. So that's what we're going to do today. And I actually was very organized this morning. I wrote a script. I wrote everything. Came back onto my computer and it didn't save. So all that work went down for nothing. But it's absolutely okay because you know what? I actually have some of it stuck in my head because I was reading it through a lot. And if not, I still have some of the bits just quickly scribbled up for the podcast. So with no further ado, let's crack on and start this conversation. So if you don't know who I am, that's absolutely okay. My name's Sheilann, and I am a small Irish variety streamer on Twitch. I started streaming actually a few years ago, so I was about 18 and 19. I had started playing Rust, which I guess has become mega big now since I played it. And I used to play Counter-Strike, aka CSGO. So I used to stream on Twitch just for fun. Wasn't anything serious or major about it, just did it for the crack really. And I was doing that for about a year and a half, I'd say. And then real life happened. I was going to college. I started a new job. All that kind of gaming stuff was put to the side. I was still watching stuff and still kind of keeping an eye on it through social media. But then last year in 2021, and I guess the second kind of wave of COVID and lockdowns, I wasn't feeling myself. I wasn't feeling very happy in January last year, so I was like, I need to do something to keep my brain occupied. A co-worker happened to mention Warzone, which is obviously from Call of Duty, and they said it was free, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll download that. Took a while, because, let's be fair, Call of Duty are mega large files, and definitely take a lot of your storage, which that did. And at the time I was on my gaming laptop and it didn't take much files until they did a massive mega update in March and I couldn't do anything about it, so I had to save for PC then. I started streaming on January 9th of 2021. At the time I only had, because of streaming previous years a while ago, I only had 35 followers. Small enough, right? And today is the 17th of February in 2022. I have 789 followers right now. So I'm very close to my follower goal, which is 800 for this month. And I'm only about, I think, forgive me, I'm not good at maths. It's about 11 or 12 followers away of the goal. It's like I said, I'm not good at maths, but very, very close. And yeah, I didn't expect myself to be kind of gain that kind of increase of numbers of followers in the community and people watching me on Twitch. I thought it was just wasn't going to go anywhere with it, and well, that completely changed because I wouldn't be where I am without these people. And I know a lot of people are still reaching their goals on Twitch. I think a lot of people did go on to Twitch and streaming just during lockdown because it was something to do, and I was the same, to be honest. And the amount of people I met through streaming have been incredible and made some new friends that I will obviously stay friends forever, I think. But I have meeting people. I started streaming back in January, and unfortunately some people haven't really gone through the goals or haven't really kind of lost their driven of motivation to keep going and decided to stop when I thought they were thriving, but they didn't think so, unfortunately. And I know a lot of people have kind of stopped streaming and broadcasting and content creating because lockdowns have been lifted and they're not kind of doing games or everything like that because IRL is coming back and, people are back to work and living their lives as they should. But, I kept going with this. Even though I do work full-time job and I have so many other things going on, I always have put space to do this. So, with that, that's a little bit of me and my content creating. We are going to start with this. So, obviously, when you're just starting streaming, you obviously have to have... There's two key things I always say. One, a microphone that you can hear loud and clear and everyone can hear you. Two, a webcam. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't have a webcam when you're starting, but it will be a good idea in the future. Obviously, the good quality kind of camera, you can get a few good ones that are like cheap enough, about €30 or pounds. It depends where you're from. And just because people could see your facial your reactions to things. So if you got an insane kill shot clip of you're going to post on social media, you might as well put your reaction because that's way, it just increase it so much more to the content and would help you. So with that, now if you have just started to stream, well, best two things I always say as well is network. Now the networking we always say, and it kind of starts from the bottom really. Watch other streamers, see what they do. So watch, it depends. It could be small streamers you can watch, big streamers, the big ones who are like professionals at this is their full-time job. Just see how they interact with their communities and the audience and people in their streams. Obviously, I know like the bigger ones, like who has about 35,000 people in their streams, they obviously don't have the time to talk. So I always kind of watch, don't get me wrong, I do watch people like that, but I don't really watch them as much because they're not as interactive with the chat anymore because they have such an audience, they can't read through all the messages. And let's be fair, if there's like 35,000 people in the stream watching and typing, the chat goes very, very fast. And you can't be like the Flash and read them that quickly. So I kind of go with more medium, like about maybe like 100 people watching. That's just me though. That's just my personal opinion. And obviously I've watched some other streamers. So if you are streaming and you're trying to figure out, right, what should I do? What do I need to do to get people interested in me? And that's obviously fair enough. That's the first thing. So one is, I always say, set a goal. So you're obviously starting from the bottom. First on Twitch, you have to be affiliated. So that means you're going to have 50 followers and you have to have an average audience watching you to get you to affiliated. Now, affiliated means on Twitch that you have 50 followers or more and a viewership of people watching you. You could get a subscription button. Basically, it's like YouTube. Like you subscribe, but you pay. So people would be willing to pay. First tier one is about $3.99 because it's gone a bit cheaper now on Twitch. Because if people are subscribing to so many people, they can't really afford it. So currently it's $3.99 for me here in Ireland to subscribe to somebody. So you obviously need to start with goals. First, get to affiliated. Then see how far that takes you. Obviously, when you're setting the goal, you need to put a time on it. So let's say, okay, I'm going to set this goal for 2 weeks. Let's see if we can get that there and be driven by it. It takes a lot of work, but also you have to be patient. Success does not happen overnight, and it takes a lot of patience and hard work to do this. Along with that, you need, like I have goal this year for my Twitch is to reach 1,000 followers in 2022. Now, it is only February. We have a long time to go. to go. I am trying to get my current goal, which is 800 followers. And that has been a goal for me for the last 3 months. I did set the goal for me in December, but obviously December, it was a bit busy for everyone. It was Christmas, so that goal did not go ahead. Which is fair enough. I'm totally cool with that. And with that, I kept it as my goal for January and February. I'm very close right now. I've gotten a lot more closer reaching the goal within the last 2 weeks. So I feel by the end of the month, which is only about 2 weeks, I'm totally going to get there. And I really do think I am with that. So hopefully that will work. So obviously put a time to that goal and see if that works. And if not, use it on your social media. Always tweet saying, I'm this close to my goal. Let's get there. You know, hype yourself up about it and like you will get there. Obviously, streaming schedule. You need to have a consistent schedule to have an audience. So I only stream 3 days a week. But any other day I am playing, I do content creating on those days. So editing and all that, you kind of have set times. So obviously I'm doing streaming now, about 2 to 3 hours. I used to do longer streams, but for me, I need to have a break as well from streaming. So it's good for my head. I need to go to bed. I can't be awake because of the blue screen and all that, you know. So it's easy, it's simple, and it's single best way of letting your audience know when they can tune in to watch you. So like Dr. Disrespect, obviously, he's a major big streamer who is on YouTube. Has certain days he streams. So he obviously does it from Monday to Friday. So that means he's off for the weekends, right? So by developing a consistent streaming schedule, which you share with your audience, will establish you as a professional, taking their streaming very seriously. So obviously, do it at a time you can be suited to you and see how that works. Also for me, I was starting the streaming. I kind of did it nearly every day just to see what days works for me and as well as the audience. So I always know, I do 2 days during the week and I do 1 day during the weekend if I can. And I know I don't do it on a Sunday because Sundays are always the quietest. And that's always been like that for me, even during last year. So creating and following constant schedule is crucial. So always keep up with the schedule. Offer your audience a value. That's another one. So obviously watch the big streamers, see what they're doing, but also figure what games to play. So I play 5 games altogether at the time. The number one, which majority of my community came from, was Call of Duty. Now, I have recently tweeted in January that I have stopped playing Call of Duty. And that was my decision, not because it was for content creating. I just got bored of the game because since December, they obviously have a new map. So I couldn't play that map very well because I wasn't used to it. I obviously probably didn't give it enough time to play that map, but the quality of Call of Duty on my computer hasn't been great, so I found I was dying constantly, let's say, because people were camping. A lot of camping. And the map is a bit of a campy-ish map now for me, in my opinion. People have different opinions, and then they would say, go to not plunder anymore, rebirth, should I say. Rebirth, which is like a quicker battle royale. And I didn't mind playing that as well. But for me, I wasn't happy playing the game anymore, and I just got bored. Not that bored, but like I wasn't happy to play it because I was just dying all the time. Not saying that I was a good player or anything, but I did have a good time on it, and I've decided to leave it. The 4 other games I played were Fortnite, Forza Horizon 5, Formula 2021, and GTA 5. And that's what I'm currently playing mostly, GTA 5, because I'm role-playing in a game. And obviously GTA roleplay has gotten so popular right now, so everyone's kind of doing the same thing, but like go for games that are popular, but also if you think you're good at it, keep going for them. So let's say I know another streamer, they only play 2 games right now, and that is Fortnite and Apex. They're 2 very popular games, but to be different, what do you do? How do you get people to watch you? Well, it could be different things. One, it could be your layouts or your overlays on your Twitch when you're streaming, and your profile. You obviously have to make your profile like look professional, but also look like you know what you're doing. But also have a good title when you're streaming. So be creative. Don't make it bit the same like everyone else. Obviously, don't copy anyone else. That too. I make my own overlays now. I used to get like overlays from people on social media and on websites for free, but I make my own ones now on Kavana.com, which is a great website, and I use it for everything. So social media, overlays, everything. So for all my content creating, I use that website. So I do recommend using that. And also, you can make your own logos there as well. So if you can't afford buying a professional logo made by someone on Fiverr, go on to Kavna. Watch the professionals. I always said that already. Keep looking at them. See what kind of personalities they are. You know, for many gamers watching streamers is purely for the entertainment that comes from watching and engaging a personality playing a game you love, like obviously Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Tatman, and many others. Understanding the main types of value people are seeking out on Twitch should help you figure out the type of content you want to make. Be unique, always don't copy someone else. Your channel will get lost in the crowd if you do the same stuff like everyone else does. Be you. I know a lot of people say, oh, be you. It's not going to work. Well, if you are unique and if you think you got it, do it. I always been watching other people streaming, and if they're not having a conversation with their audience and they're not talking, they're not really interactive, they're not going to go anywhere with it. So, what are you going to do with that? Well, that's up to you. The one thing I always say is if you're not talking to anyone in your chat, just chat randomly. Just talk to yourself. I always talk about random things like pop culture or what's going on in gaming news and what's going on for the gaming in the future, what's coming out, etc. Keep the conversation going. Keep the conversation flow. Even though there's no one watching, someone might come into your stream and see what you're talking about and might start a conversation. But if you're not talking and if you're just playing the game and absolute silence, you're not going to get anywhere. And that's harsh, but you're not, and I've seen that with people and I'm like, yeah, you're not going to get anywhere with that because you're not talking. And if you don't talk, well, that's kind of your own fault, Obviously, share your gaming knowledge. So if you've been playing it and improving on your games, if people need advice on how to do this in a game, let them know. But also watch streams. Again, it's always watching people's streams and learning, but also go on YouTube, learn how to improve what you can do in your streams. There's so many tutorials on YouTube how to do settings for your streaming softwares or how to do something cool. I've learned everything through TikTok. So I learned all the things I need to do as a streamer through TikTok because people are sharing their content and knowledge on helping you and me to make content, how to do things right. And that's how I learned everything. So I learned on using a website called Twitch Guru, which gives you a kind of package of knowledge on how to give shout outs. So if anyone rated you on Twitch, that will give you shout out commands, so you can help promote that person as well, but also you are being very appreciative of that person rating you. Also, keep the conversation going. So if someone comes into your stream and says hello, say hello, how are you? How's your day? Start a conversation with them. Even if they don't reply back as quickly, they could be doing other things at the same time, but obviously be patient with them. Obviously I've had people come into my chat and say hello and then don't say a word afterwards. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Like, there's so many people in Twitch that you could go about, but also remember, play games that you're passionate about. If you love a game that you think you are really good at think you can stream it, go for it. Go for it. That's all I say. The things I wouldn't recommend you doing When you're going in someone's stream and you're watching them and like, hi, I'm a streamer too. Don't say that. That will turn you off them. Well, they will be turned off by you, really, mostly. Don't say, oh, I'm leaving now, I'm going to stream. Don't say that. You know, that's another thing. If you do want to network with people, best thing is be in their streams, chat to them, get to know them a little bit. Once you get to know them, their audience is going to chat to you, and you're going to keep chatting. You'll join their Discord. When you go into their Discord, you will get to know a lot more people. They will like, oh yeah, I play this game too, and you know, have all these kind of different conversations, and that means they will be drawn to you a bit more, and they will check you out. You don't force it on them. You kind of have to like be patient. Like I mean, all of my followers and all these people that came into my streams, I was very patient. I mean, I wasn't expecting anyone to follow me. You know, the very beginning, I only had 35 people. I'm nearly to 800 followers right now. That is still, yes, I'm still counted as a small streamer, and I'm totally fine with that. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be very patient with this. And you either put the effort in to get this where you want to be. Because if you don't grind about it and do all this hard work, you're not going to get there. You know, I think some people can easily be giving up on it. I was also in a Facebook group, I'm still in it, on like Twitch affiliates and all this, and I saw a post back in January saying, oh, I had a terrible stream today, no one was coming into my stream. And then I was reading the comments about this article or post, shall I say, someone posted, and people were saying, we were in your stream, we were watching you just to see how it is, you weren't talking, you weren't doing all these things, you were just playing, you weren't being interactive, this is why you're not getting there. So the key importance, I will always say, and I'm going to repeat this because this is the thing I've learned, talk. No matter what, don't be awkward. If you're awkward, you're not going to get there. And just keep talking. Take it. Like, there's things once you get to affiliate, you have channel points. So when people are watching you, they unlock the amount, like these points of like, so I have sound alerts for mine. So I actually changed them today. So I had, let's say 200 channel points for a jump scare. So people press that and I would get jump scared for the fun, you know. I've changed that now because some of them were too low and I would just get too much scared all the time. Also, when you have an audience and you do have a community, have a moderator. Have a real person be a moderator, but also have a couple of moderator bots like Stream Elements, MooBot, PhantomBot, Nightbot, Streamlabs, Chatbot. I have all those and they do help once I don't have an actual admin. Unfortunately, I will be honest with you, I had a chat with my moderators yesterday and I gave them time and I chatted them about that people were not in my streams anymore the last 3 months. And I've given them time and I totally understand IRL will come first. But if you're not going to be in my streams and going to moderate for me, I'm going to have to unmoderate you. And thankfully they've been very respectful about it and they totally understand that. But I have to find new moderators now, which means who would that be? So always have a backup plan, even if that happens. And that's why I have the moderator bots. They'll be there all the time. So have a moderator, get the audience involved as well. So ask for their opinions. So say, where should I land in a battle royale? Oh, should I do this in a storyline? You know, if there's an optional, opinions on what you can do. Or if you were in GTA, should I wear this outfit? Should I do this? Blah, 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 you know. Or have Jackbox party games, which they can be interactive. So they can, play with you at the same time. So have all that. And obviously have a good mic, have a good camera, and have your stuff set up. And that's really it for me. I think that's really it. That's all the advice I could really give you. Oh, and also, as well as that, I'm going to get in trouble for not forgetting this. Social media. Have a social media link thing, like a Linktree. That's what I use. So have Linktree that would have all your links of all your social medias: Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all of that. Instagram. My main 3 social media apps I use mostly is Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I have a Facebook. I have all these other things as well, and a Discord. Have a Discord to have your own community as well. Have those. Share all your content and clips, just to draw more people into watching you, and work on that. Because, as well as having a network, you also need to be branded. You also need to be showing out yourself, like, hey, check me out, I'm live on Twitch. Share it on that as well, but that is really it, that's it. I'm out of breath now from like talking the last 20 minutes non-stop. Like, I didn't even stop. So with that, guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I literally did not stop talking for 26 minutes. Wow. I'm out of breath. Don't forget to check myself out at Shay Spells Up Podcast on Twitter and on Instagram. Also check my Twitch out, SheilannO, and any of my other social medias there. Hopefully this helps anyone who is starting streaming or is just trying to gain more skills who already are streaming. Hopefully they helped. And I'll see you guys all very soon. Mind yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon, my loves. Bye.